Here on the Aftermath Show. I clap it up for sure, for sure. Talking about Saturday night's main event that just ended on NBC. Um, I'm gonna give you a straight up review. It's not gonna take long. Um, Tonight's show was much better, much better than the previous Saturday night's main event. And what I mean by that was they started off hot, with the exception of the whole broadcast was in Spanish for like 5 minutes. I'm surprised nobody caught that. For 5 minutes, the whole broadcast was in Spanish. I was checking my TV settings to make sure I didn't hit any buttons accidentally. I was checking. Did I turn on NBC Spanish by accident? I was checking everything, and no, it was on their end. So eventually, they got it right. Regardless, it was a good show. Let's start off with how they opened the show. How they opened the show with disregard everything in Spanish was good. The crowd was hyped. Whatever they did before they got on the air was good because the crowd was hyped. Um, the audience was a lively audience the whole night. I felt the pacing of the show was great. I thought it was great. Um, they started off hot with Nia Jax and Rhea Ripley. I thought that was good. Um, what else did they do? You had Jesse Ventura come out for the Intercontinental title match. I thought that was good. Now, I don't know if Jesse's getting old or what, but um he has a way of always fucking with the referee. For some reason, Jesse Ventura loves to he did it on he did it on the last show. He did it on this show. Leave the referees alone on the next show, Jesse. All right. He has this vendetta. I don't know if his purpose or if he's got a little older and he's still kind of, hasn't gotten back in the groove yet, but he's picking on the referees entirely too much. But I felt it was funny. I love hearing his voice on air. He has the perfect voice for broadcasting. Should have never had left. But of course, he was governor and had, of course, more important things to do. So I'm glad he's back. And I'm glad it's not every week because I think if he was on every week, he would get back into the groove. But you can't put somebody back in the booth and expecting them to go 100 and they've been away from like 30 years. So completely understood. Either way, it's always good to hear Jesse. The contract signing was good. I didn't think they dragged it out too long. I think it was the perfect time. Um, the next match, what was the? We had 4 matches. And surprisingly enough, really you can say 5 match, even though it wasn't a match, it was a contract segment. Um, After that was Jacob Fatu against Braun Strowman. Looking at some of them, I'll be looking at your comments. So if you want to comment, go right ahead. Um, Jacob Fatu against Braun Strowman, I thought was good. They put Braun over as a complete and total monster, and I like that. Um, they also didn't make Braun look. I mean, he got his ass beat, but he didn't get beat. I think they put Jacob over without making Braun look like like he can come back and get revenge. You know what I'm saying? They left something open there. Um, so I like what they did with that. And then the last match was a good match. Well paced. Um, a lot of close finishes. Close finishes without overdoing it. Um, Tonight was it was a good Saturday night's main event. If you're gonna have 4 matches in 2 hours, follow this format that you did tonight. That was a good show. Borderline. If I had to judge it on a 9, 10, I would say borderline 8.5. I'll give it an 8. I'll give tonight's show an 8. Um, that was a good show for Saturday night's main event. The only reason I won't give it a 9 or 10 is because I do we do need to get some surprises in there. Okay, we do need to go back in the day. We do need some surprises. The Jacob thing was good. Okay, he beat the snot out of him. Not. But we need some turns or something you don't something on Saturday night's main. And I get it. Royal Rumble is a week away. Um, there was a lot of shit going on in a 1 month span. You had the previous Saturday night's main event. Then a few days later, you had Raw on Netflix. Then a few days later, you had then now Saturday night's main event, and then 1 week from now, the Royal Rumble. So there's a lot of shit to pack in there, and I think once they get past the Royal Rumble, now some breathing room to really go. As I told you on the last stream, you need to go, and you need to go and stay go. Don't stop at the end of WrestleMania. WrestleMania season should not be the only season where things heat up. I get it, it's your biggest show. Got that. But because there's that lag between WrestleMania and WrestleMania, that should be go time. Now you've got Saturday night's main event. I think the next one is in May. Now you can kind of book that as a real event instead of a go home or anything. You can book Saturday night's main event as an actual main event. Okay. For those watching, feel free, super stickers, super chats. I'll pull your chat up here. We'll talk. Any questions you have, your opinion on Saturday night's main event. We'd love to hear that. I see folks are watching. Let me see here, because some reason my chats are not coming up on my system here. So let me see if anybody is going to the actual stream. Give me a second. Okay, well, I see folks are watching. Anyway, comment, leave your comments on the show. I want to hear it. Regardless, tonight's show was good. Keep that same energy every week up until WrestleMania and then some. One thing I do want to mention. Last night, SmackDown was one of the most boring shows that I've seen in a long time. I'm going to tell you all right now. I gotta take a sip on this one because this is going. I don't know. I'm trying not to keep my emotions in check on this one. Stop doing 3 hour weekly TV shows. Stop it. Stop it immediately. That show SmackDown last night was on Dynamite level bad. That was on Dynamite level bad. It had I can't even I don't even remember what happened. That's how bad it was. I don't remember shit. I think they threw the keys in last night and said we got Saturday night's main event tomorrow, because you can tell the difference. You look at SmackDown last night. You look at what would I rate the show? Which one? You talking about Saturday night's main event or SmackDown? If you're talking about tonight, Saturday night's main event, I will give it an 8 out of 10. If you're talking about SmackDown last night, I'll give it a 2 out of 10. That show was horrible. Absolutely horrible. It was boring. I felt like it was, as I said before, it was on AEW levels. SmackDown last night. Tonight, Saturday night's main event was good. Let's see. Ron says tonight's Saturday night's main event was good, but I'm tired of title matches and knowing no titles are changing. Well, yeah, I kind of agree with you on that. My thing with that is eventually they're going to have to do something on Saturday night's main event that's going to get people to keep watching. They have to. Because although tonight's show was good, I'm used to a Saturday night's main event where something happens. If you're not going to give me a title change, give me a turn, give me a swerve, give me something, because that's what it was back in the day. The show was good tonight. It was good in terms of the pacing. It was good in terms of the matches. You know, they had some story. You know, with the Jacob thing. It'd be interesting to see that. Of course, the Cody title change. And maybe I'm giving it too high of a score for tonight, simply based off of what I saw last night. Maybe I'm judging Saturday night's main event too high because last night's was apocalyptic. It was horrible. That SmackDown. I felt like I was watching Bill Watts' 1992 WCW again. That's how bad SmackDown was last night. I'm sorry, I keep saying it because I was looking in disbelief. I'm like, this is a company who has all these people that killing AEW, and they put on a show like this. I couldn't believe what I was watching last night. And maybe because of that, maybe I'm giving Saturday night's main event too much credit tonight. If I wipe SmackDown, if I get the memory, the bad taste of SmackDown out of my mind, out of my mouth from last night, maybe my score for Saturday night's main event will go down a little bit. Because I could have went to a backyard show and been more entertained than I was watching SmackDown last night. That shit was horrible. Whoever wrote that show, you should be ashamed of yourself. Triple H or whoever put that shit together. I digress. Monday Night Raw, let me get to that. Has in terms of entertainment, has taken 2 steps down, and I expected that. Let's see. The fans changing Jacob for 2's name was great, but I'm not a fan of the audience cheering for heels. Well, you can't really control that. They put him over as a monster. That's what people like. You can't. All you can do if the crowd is cheering him, all you can do is kind of feed into that. You don't want him to go total face, but what can you do? You know, maybe have him go out there and talk shit about the crowd or something, and tell the crowd to leave me alone, or y'all suck, or maybe do that. But to me, them cheering him means he's over, which is a good thing for them. Don't fuck it up. I told you, I think all roads lead to WrestleMania. It's going to be Fatu and LA Knight for the US title at WrestleMania. My prediction. LA Knight's definitely going to get the title back before WrestleMania. I think they put the strap on Fatu at WrestleMania, the US strap. Boom. I like that idea. Don't do no fucking triple threat match between Shinsuke, Fatu, and LA Knight. Please don't do that. I got a feeling they're going to do that shit, though, but please don't do that. Don't do that. But for Monday Night Raw, on Netflix, it's been okay. The first show, I was not impressed with the first show. Honestly, it was okay. I had all the pomp and circumstance. It was good, but it didn't blow me away. The fact that they're keeping it to 2.5 hours is perfect. I like that. But Monday Night Raw hasn't really been. We're gonna see. I think things are gonna pick up again right after the Royal Rumble because they're heading into the biggest show of the year, WrestleMania, and you can't cool down before your Super Bowl. You can't do that. So we'll see. Tonight was a good step. It was a good show. It was entertaining. I didn't fall asleep. I didn't leave angry like I wasted 3 hours like I did last night with SmackDown. We'll see. I'm trying to think what else is going now. Here's something that a lot of people don't talk about. WWE 2K25, the video game, is coming out in March. Don't know a date yet. Supposedly this Monday we're going to find out who's on the cover, and then the next day, Tuesday, we're going to find out all the details about the game. Supposedly there's going to be a city type or open world type thing like NBA 2K basketball. Supposedly it's supposed to be the island of relevancy. I want to know. I like to know how they're going to do that. Can you run into people online and pick a fight with them, and all of a sudden y'all in an arena and shit like that? That would be good. I heard intergender matches are coming back. That's good. What are some of the things y'all want to see in this game? I would like to see online GM mode. An online GM mode would be great. I want to see that. Because then me and my buddy Brian, who's on here, we can duke it out online. Online GM would be, that would be great. Story mode, where you can create a story in the game. That would be great. You know? That's something I want to see. So we'll see. We'll see what they do. I think it's going to be a good game. I think they're going to do, if they do this island relevancy and it's an open world type of thing like NBA 2K, that's going to be interesting. How they do that is going to be very, very interesting. I want to see it because on NBA 2K, you can jump, you can go into the city, you can go to different courts, and you can get into a basketball game with real people. You can hear them talking and all that shit. If y'all play NBA 2K, y'all know what I'm talking about. How would they do that on the WWE game? You go you go around and there's different rings outside that you can jump into a match, or maybe it's two people setting up, two people online playing, and you see their match, and you can go and jump in the ring and call somebody their match. Oh man, can you imagine all the cuss words and race and racist names people be called? Ooh, that would be fun. That would be fun. But we'll find out Monday and Tuesday what is going to happen. Royal Rumble predictions. I'll give you mine now. The men's Royal Rumble. And if y'all watching, who do you think is going to win the Royal Rumble? Men and women's. For the men, I think I'm going with CM Punk for the men. I think CM Punk is going to win the Royal Rumble. I think the final two in the ring will probably be CM Punk and Roman Reigns. And somehow or another, Paul Heyman will get involved. And we'll come back to that favor that he owes CM Punk. For the women, I have no doubt that Charlotte Flair is going to win the Royal Rumble. That's my guess. I could be wrong. They could do something which would be great and shock us all and have just somebody out the blue win it. That would keep that unpredictable thing going. But those are my two. I think Charlotte and CM Punk are going to win. Yeah, exactly, Kenneth. I have no idea. This is, I have a feeling that CM Punk is going to win. The women, I think Charlotte Flair, but the way things are going, a week, maybe Saturday afternoon, I could feel a different way. That's what I think is going to happen, but I don't have a definite on it. Last year, we pretty much knew Cody was going to win last year. You knew that. I didn't and we kind of knew Bailey was going to win last year. So last year's wasn't as unpredictable. This year, with all these people in it, John Cena, I'm pretty sure Randy Orton's coming back. Roman Reigns. When was the last time Roman Reigns was even in the Royal Rumble? I can't even remember, years ago. With all these stars in the Royal Rumble, man, this year it's some heavy hitters, man. I can't even predict. And there's going to be some TNA guys coming in there. Maybe Joe Hendry. Yeah, this one, I got a feeling that CM Punk is going to win. But if you ask me, am I 100% sure of that? I would tell you no. Maybe 70% sure. But that's about it. The women, I'm confident that Charlotte is going to win. Am I 100% no? I'm not. This is going to be very good. And then with the women, there are always 3 or 4 surprises that are unannounced when it comes to the women's Royal Rumble. We also have the title, Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. I mean, if you don't think Cody Rhodes is going to win, then you just come on now. We got the tag titles. Should be a good match, but I don't really care. And that's it. We have 4 matches. You can do the Royal Rumble. Each Royal Rumble is going to give you about an hour. Then you got 2 other matches. There may be a third one added. Maybe it is, and I missed it. But the only matches I know, of course, the 2 Rumble matches, the ladder match, and then the 2 out of 3 falls tag team title match. I think that's going to give you all the time you need right there. All right, Brian says CM Punk and Bianca. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Bianca wins in the women. I mean, the women, I wouldn't be surprised. I feel good in Charlotte Flair, but if Bianca won it, I wouldn't be surprised. Then you got to factor in Jade. Is she coming back? And if she does come back, who's she going after in the Rumble? Because could it be something we don't know, and she goes after Bianca and throws Bianca out, or Naomi? It's gonna be good. Royal Rumble, I'm expecting to be a good show. I'm so glad that they're starting it at 6 p.m. Eastern time. It's over. It's gonna be over by 9:30, 10 to the latest. Um, gonna be a good show. Last year I went to the Royal Rumble here in Florida. I went to uh what's that dump? Tropicana Field. I'm so glad that stadium was gone. It was still up. That was that was I don't know why they chose to go there. Tropicana Field is a dump. We couldn't get any cell phone reception. It was packed. I give it that. They packed it out. There's not a good seat in the house. If they somehow rebuild Tropicana Field and have a WrestleMania there, you couldn't give me a ticket to go unless I'm sitting ringside. That was a horrible place. I'm so glad the roof is gone. It should have blew the whole thing out as long as nobody got harmed. Outside of that, goodbye, Tropicana Field. Man, look, I appreciate y'all tuning in. If you have any last minute questions, super stickers, drop a like. Please like this video, comment. Even after we're done, keep the comments coming in. I'll answer them, and I'll, you know, subscribe to the channel. Tell everybody about the channel. And that's it, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in tonight, and we'll catch y'all. Matter of fact, follow us on Instagram at Rip Radio and on TikTok at Rip Radio. We got a lot of good things coming. We got some brand new podcasts on the way that I'm not on. Thank God. I think y'all seen enough of me. I'm not on it. But subscribe there. I appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. And will I be on after the Royal Rumble? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Until then, thank y'all for tuning in tonight, and we'll see you on the next one.